Hello and welcome, I'm DKH and this is my upcoming game The Art of Dying. In this episode I will present to you the level editor, which is built into the game itself and can be accessed from the main menu. My goal is to get you, yes you the dear viewer, to make levels for The Art of Dying. Please keep in mind that I'm still working on the game, so the editor might end up being a bit different when you open it up for the first time yourself. So this is what you see when you first fire up the level editor, a new blank slate. As you can see, I can move the camera by moving my mouse cursor to the edges of the screen. The most important button in the editor is the space bar. It allows you to access different tools. Let's start by drawing a simple room. We'll select the very first tile graphic, a brick wall. Then let go of the space bar, left click into the level where you want the top left corner of your new room to be, and while holding the left mouse button down, drag the mouse to the bottom right corner and let go of the button. As a side note, you don't have to draw from top left to bottom right. Any direction works. So now we have this big rectangular blob of wall. How do we make it an actual room? Well, simply repeat the procedure, this time with a smaller rectangle within the previous one and using the right mouse button instead of the left. This doesn't matter at all, but for the fun of it, let's also draw this rectangle from, say, the top right to bottom left. As you can see, with the right mouse button we erase tiles. Of course, you can also left-click tiles without dragging to draw them one by one. This is everything you need to know as far as drawing tiles is concerned. Simple stuff, really. Oh, I should mention that you can hit G at any point to show or hide the tile grid. Let me disable that for now. So let's put in some flooring. Some sidewall decorations. Maybe something for the ceiling. Now let's also put in a wooden floor platform, with a base going all the way to the bottom. And a nice platform, why not? With straps coming from the ceiling. Now let's hit spacebar again to bring up the menu, and this time let's pick player. This now allows us to define the player's starting position. Let's have a spawn right on the wooden platform by simply left-clicking on it. Everything we've done so far was purely cosmetic. We still need to tell the game where the edges of the geometry are, and this is done using lines. Let's select wall lines first. We use these to define walls, floors, and ceilings. This is used for calculating all the collisions. If you forget these, players will fall through your level. There are several types of lines. We've already done wall lines. Let's take a look at floor lines. These work like wall lines, except that the player can jump through them from underneath and fall through if they hit the duck key and jump at the same time. In other words, these are the lines we use for thin platforms such as this wooden one. Ice lines are used to define the slippery surface of ice tiles on which the player movement handles much worse, so let's put that in as well. Now let's make our level fun by putting in enemies and crates. Let's start with the ladder. Simply select crate and put a bunch in the level where you want them to be. Then let's pick some enemies for the level. How about a wall turret, a bird, and a hellbot? For the wall turret we want to first create some chains, so let's do that first. Those are simply tiles. Then put in the wall turret. All we need to do is tell the game the upper and lower boundary of the turret. The first click defines the first boundary, the second click the second. It's truly rocket science. These are the two heights between which the turret will slide up and down. You can start with the lower or upper one, it doesn't matter. If we wanted to have the turret face right instead of left, we can simply push the arrow cursor keys on the keyboard. This works the same way for all enemies that you can rotate, such as spikes, which can face up, down, left, and right, for example. Then grab the bird and put it in. The process is the same, except that we now define left and right boundaries. And then let's select the hellbot. For this enemy we define a rectangular area in which it flies, much like we've done before. Of course we could now expand this level a bunch, but I want to stop here for the sake of the video. If you're working with bigger levels, one last keyboard shortcut is very helpful, and that is Tab. Hold it down to see a small map of your level. Now let's save the level by hitting the S key and entering a name for the level. By the way, loading a level can be done at any point in the editor by hitting the, you guessed it, L key. Then let's hit escape to leave the editor, start a new game, put in the name of our new level, and let's try it out. As you can see, our level works fine. Yay! Thank you for watching and stick around for more updates on the art of dying. As always, cheers and goodbye.